Welcome back to the Plus Side of Nashville. We've been talking about a wonderful partnership. United for Hope, Metro Nashville Schools, and the Mayor's Office are working together to improve student performance by bringing together area churches and Metro schools. And I am so excited to hear about a program. Anytime I can hear about any sort of mentoring, connecting young people with people who can inspire them and motivate them, because sometimes that's all it takes is someone who believes in you, as I said earlier with Magic Johnson. Stan, I would love if you could maybe address some of the response from the church congregants and how are they feeling about being a part of United for Hope?
Just added so much to the life of the congregation as they have partnered with an identified school that we have set them up with. And so they love being a part of cheering that school on. And so when you think about priority schools, if you will, what they call schools of innovation, we saw several schools of innovation come out of the priority status because those congregations provided so many volunteers for that school. And I think about one school in East Nashville, it was a priority school, and when that congregation began to work with them, 28% of the students were reading proficient. And by the end of the academic year, and that congregation probably provided them anywhere between 50 to 60 volunteers a week. By the end of the school year, they were at 78% with reading proficiency. And that was because of all the people that got involved, not only working with students one-on-one, but also, it creates a whole new culture in a school. Teachers often say to us, our principals, he's great, she's great, they keep us encouraged. But when the outside forces come in and see what we're doing, that really excites us. That really energizes us. And so we love being a part of how we can impact students, but also how we can help create a great culture in a school and really encourage families to be a part of the whole process, because we do want to honor families.
Absolutely. You definitely want to make sure that the parents can be involved as well. Well, Deputy Mayor Haywood, I know you're very involved in helping to bring more churches on board. And how are we doing? I know we have a goal of a number of that we're trying to bring on as far as churches go. What are you doing to help recruit some of these churches?
Well, you know what? That's a wonderful question, because I feel like for me, it's more or less like boots on the ground. Each one will try to reach one. With my interns here at the Mayor's Office, we call churches. I invite various pastors to small luncheons and things like that. And we have other members that are already involved in United to Hope to speak to those that are potential clergy members. We let them know that, of course, service is how to become great. We're all here to serve, and that is our primary purpose. So we reach out, we call, we go to the churches, and my daughter-in-law, she is one of the assistant principals at Ida B. Wells, and she often tells me how United for Hope has changed the whole trajectory of the kids over there, and they reach out to the pastors in their communities. So basically, we just reach out, and once we reach out to you and you see the difference that you can potentially make in a school, then you want to be on board.
Yes, you just share your story, and your story says it all. The success that you're having so far. Well, I know, Dr. Randolph, that you're hoping to get many more schools on board. How many school districts are there that are still wanting to be a part of United for Hope?
Yes, Stan and I were chatting about this the other day, that we have 40 schools on a waiting list to join the United for Hope partnerships. And, one thing I would add to that, Tawanda, I was thinking as you were talking, and Deputy Mayor Haywood said at the break that, it takes a village. And I think that to support a student. And I think we've heard that a lot. But when we think about what that means in reality, a school is at the center of a community. And that community, right, is kids, but it's also all the families associated there. So, you know, what United for Hope helps do is to build a bridge to the needs of that community. And I know I said this before, but I would just underline that so often partners, all well-meaning, come to us with what they would like to do, right? Like we have this program or this service. Many times those are wonderful, wonderful things. But the approach here is very different, where it's really at the heart of what that community needs and listening. And then they build that bridge and capacity. What I mean by that, the training that Stan mentioned before and the support they're providing for volunteers, that comes off of the school's plate. So that them owning that so that those volunteers can really interact in meaningful ways and support that school community is really a hallmark of this partnership. And it's why you see 40 schools on a wait list asking to be a part of this work.
Well, this is such a wonderful partnership, and we want to talk more about how maybe someone watching, maybe they know of a church or their church that would like to be a part of that, and we'll tell you how to do that after we take this break. So we'll be back with more right after this.